Just want to thank our seniors. You know, to see them in the locker room and see their parents and family before the game. Those seniors. A lot of those guys had to go through a coaching transition. They had to go through unprecedented times in college football where university was shut down, football was shut down, go through the pandemic, and to come on. And, we got some guys in that room, Jaleel being one, that had blind faith to come into our program with never stepping a foot on this campus, never meeting us. For a parent to drop for a son to come, and they never had a chance to meet us live because of the rules that we had with COVID. So I'm so proud of those seniors, and to be able to get the win today, I think, I hope those seniors will be remembered for a long time of what they accomplished this season and how we won football games and really trying to get this program where it needs to be.
But with that being said, this year, at least the regular season, has been fourth quarter comebacks. How much have they played into it?
Oh, I think it starts with leadership. It starts with those guys on the sidelines, James Jackson, on the defensive side, Griffin Hoke, and, that you're going to trust and lean on Jaleel, Bryce Oliver, Colton McFadden on special teams, Patty Lynch. I mean, it's leadership, and, leadership is getting everyone around you to be successful. And when you can go out there and make plays and show, hey, we're always going to be in a game. And I know 21-7 game, fourth quarter, 10 minutes left, and to think that, we can rally back. But I never have seen any time this year where our kids, there's doubt. Now, starting the game, I was a little worried. Again, we had to fire up, get guys going there early. Never want to dig a hole like that where you're down 14-0. But again, we'll get back in this game. We got a lot of time left on the clock, and just proud. I think it starts with those seniors.
Coach, you always say it's a 60-minute game. You used all 60 minutes.
I thought 60 plus. That last kickoff, the squib where we got down on the one and knowing we had 2 timeouts left, and they threw the football, that helped. And we used 2 timeouts knowing that we're going to get good field position. You always have to make those tough calls coming out at half. Do we want the wind in the third and fourth? And, we decided that, we're definitely going to take the wind in the fourth quarter, just for those opportunities. You never know if you have to kick a long field goal. So, those decisions, are sometimes tough, and it works out for you. They're punting into the wind there on the 1 yard line, or, they got it out to the 6. So, again, we got the ball inside the 35, and we know Colton can make it from there, so it gives us an opportunity. Okay, we can hand it off to number 8 a few times, and guess what? You can stop them, but you're not going to stop them for a whole game. And we always felt like there's always that one explosive he could hit, and he hit it at the right time.
But he was tied at 21, and then they were offside, and then personal foul. Any thought of going for, the 2 at that point?
It would be hard pressed to take points off the board in a game where your kids have fought so hard to get back in. We're at home. I feel we have one of the best kickers in our league in FCS. We have the best running back of all time in the history of NCAA. For us to go into an overtime, I would feel good about going into overtime, knowing that we had momentum going into overtime. So I didn't think too long. Yeah, for you to take points off a game in conditions that you're playing in, I think you'd be crazy.
You guys did what you had to do today. So the next 24 hours, your thoughts just on, it's out of your control now.
Yeah, it is. We play in the toughest FCS conference in the country. We won our last 5 out of 6 games. Don't matter how you win, but we found a way to win the last 5 out of 6 games. We got the best running back in the country in FCS history. I don't know how much that plays, probably not much. But, you put your record out there. Yeah, you always reflect back. Yeah, North Dakota was the only game we had the ball in the 29 with under 2 minutes. But we can't change that. They're a very good football team. I don't know how they did today or how they fared against North Dakota State. They beat North Dakota State.
No, 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 sorry.
Oh, who,
No, oh, I'm sorry, no, not North Dakota. That was,
yeah, I thought North Dakota. Yeah. So again, control what we can control. Those are games we couldn't get back. That's probably one that, I look back to, that I felt like we could have won that football game. But, we did what we needed to do to get the 7 wins. 7 wins in Missouri Valley has proven over the last 10, 12 years that you deserve a right to get into that 24 team. So tomorrow we did what we needed to do. Our kids accomplished what we set out in the beginning of the week, and we'll find out at 12:30 tomorrow if we get what our work deserves.
Seems like from the second quarter onward, the pass rush really started getting home. Just how much that impacted.
Yeah.
What adjustments to start getting big.
I don't know if it was much adjustments. We felt like we could get pressure on him, and we felt we needed to get pressure on him. So I thought there in the second quarter when he took some hits, whether he was running or whether he was sacked, that, we're starting to affect the quarterback. And again, games never start the way you want. I always tell you there's going to be struggle, but it's impermanent, that it can't deter you from what you ultimately want to do, is that win a football game, and our kids have really bought into that. And so for us to get into the game, and I thought our defense, lights out. Third quarter, I still haven't seen complimentary football. If I go back in the game, we said November performance, when the defense stops, we got to score. Well, shoot, they go for it on 4th down, and we don't get points out of it. That's hard. Those are difference in football games, and we still haven't learned that. Could you imagine if we learn how to play that complementary football, what we can do? And, that's something I will tell the whole team, and guess who it starts with? It starts with me. So somehow I got to find a better way of, getting ourselves when defense gets an interception or we get a turnover, we got to score points off there, because again, we moved the ball up and down the field. Time of possession wasn't close, first downs, but when you're not getting any points in those drives, that's where we got to dig deep down and get really better at.
The growth you've seen from Mitch from his first start to now, and what things you'll keep working with him on as either this season continues.
Yeah. I'm not even thinking off season yet, and we'll sit down and we'll meet with all of our players and develop an individualized plan for each of them. And Mitch will have one of those, but to be thrown in there again, he's won his last 5 out of 6 starts. Okay. I think that's pretty impressive. I don't know. I hope the committee looks at, okay, this quarterback, had 6 starts to finish the season. We won 5 of those, and unfortunately, we, lost the one, last week. But again, Mitch does a great job commanding the offense. I think he, has the respect, and then he has the arm. He scrambled there on the one and found Bryce deep. We needed to pass today. We knew. I mean, they have a rush defense that ranks in the top 2 in our league. We knew it was going to be hard sledding up front. But, in the fourth quarter, that's when you really got to see it. If you look at our fourth quarter stats, I think all season, you'll find out that we're playing our best football in the fourth quarter. And I think that goes to our strength and conditioning program. And I give credit to Mason Garrison and Jimmy Rodenberg, our director, that gets our kids ready to play a 60-minute game. But we're ready to play 60 plus, but things happen. The ball on the 1-yard line, I'm like, okay, this is turning into one of those games where it's working out for us. And we've seen that a few times this year.
He's having Crenshaw in those short yardage situations. He's a little more confident to be able to go for it, on that 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
We do. And we got to be creative enough. They use 15 like that at Southern Illinois. And, Demetra can do so much more than just run the ball. But, he's a big runner, physical runner. And, we got to be creative and have more packages like that, especially when we're struggling going in the red zone. And to have 222 pounds going downhill, that's bigger than any running back we have. And he still has the opportunity where he can throw the ball. So, yeah, that package needs to continue to grow. And we have all the faith in putting him in a football game and succeeding.